What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dreads and Guns. I'm back with a video, man. Just show y'all Elko, which y'all done seen this before on the channel. But I want to bring a story to y'all on how I got a car that's older than me. So, I used to drive down the street from my uncle's house. I used to always see this car parked in the guy's driveway. He never had a for sale sign on it. And I always wanted one. I had a big brother that had one. And when I was younger, it was like the best thing to me. Like the car was so clean. So I knew I always liked these. So I was riding down the street one time and the guy was cutting his grass, and I stopped and asked him, like, man, that's a nice car. Can I see it? He like, yeah, man, just go check it out. So I got out, looked at it, he started it, everything. I'm like, man, is you selling it? Like, man, everybody asks me if I want to sell this car. I always tell them no. It's like, but I'll sell it to you. I'm like, wasn't expecting an answer at all. I thought I was gonna get a no, a hard no. So I tell the guy, so I'm working at the airport at this time. I tell the guy, I'm like, man, I don't have all the money right now. Cause he's like, I'll sell it to you for, I think he said 3,000. Like, I don't got all the money right now, but what I can do is I'll pay you every 2 weeks. I'll bring money over here every 2 weeks. I'll bring $500 every 2 weeks till the car paid off. He like, all right, we could do that. He like, I won't drive it. I'll put it in my backyard, and I'm gonna leave it just like that, just like it is. So at this time in life, this little dent right here wasn't in the car. The dent wasn't there. I had different wheels. I had rally wheels on it, and so 2 months down the line, you know, I'm taking him 500. I'm talking about it's hurting me financially because I wasn't making that much. But at the same time, I was determined to get this car. So he calls me, he like, man, I had to do some little yard work. I used the car. I'm driving, the wheel fell off. You know, it did like some little minor damage to it. Come check it out, see if you still want it. I'm like, damn, all right. So I fly over there, and like I said, the little fender had a little wave in it. I've been able to get it out a little better than what it was, but it's still not perfect. So it had the little wave in it, and I think by this time he had already had the wheel put back on and had it back in the yard. But you can see here, it did the damage there as well. So I talked to the guy, I'm like, man, it's like, man, yeah, I'll still take it. He's like, all right, well, I'm gonna knock $1,500 off. Bring me the rest of the money, take the car. I'm like, shh. That put me in another position, because I'm like, man, I'm making payments on it, but that's what the plan was, to make payments till the car's over. But I'm gonna take that discount and me gonna get that $1,500 off. So I brought him the rest of the money, probably like the next couple days. I had to get with these people I knew. Just put it that way. I had to get with these people I knew. They loaned me the money, took the money to him, got the car. I get on the highway to drive, right? I'm driving, the tire that he put on blew out. I'm like, bro, what the? I ain't got no insurance on the car, nothing. I'm just getting on the highway, tire blew out. luckily I was able to manage the car, control the car from hitting anybody else stuff. So I pull over, and luckily he put a spare tire in the back of the bed. So I instantly get out, grab some tools, take the tire out, put the new tire on, get back on the highway. I did it as fast as I could because, for one, just bought the car, didn't have insurance. I don't even think I had a valid driver's license at the time. I'm pretty sure I had a driver's license, but anyway, I get on the highway. I take it over to the people's crib who loaned me the money. Same deal with them. I'm gonna leave the car here till I pay you all the money. So, a couple weeks down the line, I go out of town. People that I left the car with was kind of like, a little upset about that. So, and I'm talking about they threatening to bust the windows out, flatten the tires, all that type of stuff. And I'm like, man, what's going on? So I shoot back, go to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I need to get the rest of the money, pay these people so I can get my car, right? I pay them the money, get my car, get ready to get on the highway. Something telling me, man, check everything out before you leave. Check everything out before you leave. Check everything out before you leave, right? I ain't do it. I ain't listen to my heart, right? So I get in the car. I get on the highway. I'm feeling good, man. I got my car. All I gotta do is pay my mom back the rest of the money. So I'm jumping from person to person to person. But it was just always something with the car, right? Get on the highway, hit the gas. That motherfucker, tick, 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 tick. Stopped. Just rolled. I'm talking about my mind. I'm like, what's going on? Right? So I get out. I look under the hood. Nothing. No liquids, nothing like that. Man, I had to hustle up some money to get the car towed to my grandma's house because I didn't want to leave the car on the side of the road. Get the car to my grandma's house where I can do a little bit more digging into it. Come to find out, it wasn't no oil in it. How is it not any oil in this car? When it did fine when I drove it over there. So I'm like, man, the people that had the car at their house, they weren't my peoples, but I was locked in with them. Had to jeopardize this vehicle, man, on some other shit. So, man, the car sat for like a good year. I actually got a video that my mom took a long time ago. I think it's dated about 7 years ago, where I took the engine and the transmission out the car myself because I got to the point where I was calling people, asking them how much it'd be. They $1,000 there, couple $1,000 that. I'm like, man, at this point, I'm fresh out of school, man, damn near. I ain't making that much. It's a lot of money to me. So I took it all out myself. Stripped the engine down. There's a 400 in it. I stripped the engine down, took it to a machine shop, right? Got it to the machine shop. They rebuilt the engine. It took them months. I'm talking about I was on their head like, what's going on with the engine? I'm paying y'all. I paid y'all off already. What's going on? I need the engine back. So I get the engine back from them. At this point, it's been so long that I forgot what I took off, how it's supposed to go on. I'm not a mechanic in any type of way. So I forgot what needed to be put on what. I doubted myself. So I didn't want to mess around and do it the wrong way and be stuck in the same situation. So I take the car, engine, and transmission to a mechanic, right? So I take it to them. It's sitting over there for months. I'm paying them. They paid them off. Go to get the car. Guy can't find the key for it. I'm like, what the? Why is it something with this car all the time, right? So I had a tow truck guy come over there, put it on flatbed, and take it to the house. So that's where I learned how to change out my own ignition, right? Which I done it twice already. I lost the keys myself. They ain't lost the keys. So I did that. And at this point in time, I'm good. Car running fine. Happy. And ever since then, the car hasn't gave me any problems, probably until maybe it's probably been about 5-6 months. And the reason I say it gave me problem, and it was because of my own doing. See, I always keep my battery terminal off, right? So I'm putting my battery terminal on, and I'm tightening it up with my wrench. My wrench slip touched the odds, man. I'm telling you, it touched from positive to negative. Start sparking. I jump back. I deal with high voltage electricity, so this ain't even really high voltage electricity. So I should have been thinking, but it's only 12 volts. It's gonna knock it off, you know. I jumped back. I hesitated. I grabbed something like this, got it off, right? By that time, it had burnt up the battery terminal post, and it fried the wires. So I replaced the wires, and I couldn't get it to turn on. So I'm like, what's going on? So at that point in time, you know, I already went to school for being an electrical engineer. So got experience when it comes to tracing out electrical problems. So to my advantage, you know, I'm just tracing the wires out. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I got it. Damn, I lose it. Okay, cool. Okay, I let it think for a couple days. All right, then come out, take a wire, go from the positive straight to the distributor. Crank it up, boom, cranks up. I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm like, I can't leave it like this though. I gotta really figure out what the problem is. So end up messing around with the fuse box. The kind of fuses are down there. So I kind of mess with them a little bit, and I think what I end up doing was just replacing the wire, or I end up tying into that wire and putting it all back where it was supposed to came. So I end up going through all the wires, and as you can see, they sitting back there. I went through all the wires and crimped them, rewired them, and so it starts fine. It starts pretty fine. And at this point, I think I got a fuel issue. Like, it'll idle fine, it'll idle perfectly fine. If I get in the car and drive it around the corner or something, like if I give it too much gas, it'll stall out. Like, I got a hill right here. So this little hill, just enough to, how can I say, give it gas to pull it back in the garage is enough to get it to stall out. So I have to lightly press on the gas just to get it to moving, and then it's fine. But if I do anything other than that, it's gonna stall out. So I'm in the process of figuring out what that is. My homie said it's probably fuel related, so I'm gonna drop the gas tank and change out the fuel pump. Probably clean out the gas tank. If I can't clean out the gas tank, then I'll probably just buy another gas tank, put that on here. But I've changed out spark plugs, the distributor cap, fuel, hold on, let me think about that. I didn't change this out, right? But I think it's still a fuel pump coming from the gas tank. I'm gonna have to do my research. I'm gonna have to do my homework. You hear me? So I changed out a bunch of good stuff on her. I still got a couple more things to test to see if that's what the problem is. But even since I changed out the distributor cap, it idles better. Like, it ain't stalling out as often as it would when I would give it gas. So I feel like the distributor cap definitely needed to be changed. Carburetor, I feel like the carburetor's either clogged up or it's something in the fuel lines or it's the fuel pump coming from the gas tank. So if y'all have any ideas what it might possibly be, let me know in the comment section. That's not why I started this video. I just wanted to give y'all backstory on my life and how I got this car here. I've had it for 9 years. As you can see, the paint ain't matching. I got like a guide to kind of color match the paint. You can see it up there with gold can. It kind of color match the paint, but the other paint kind of faded. Like, you can't really tell from a certain angle, but in certain angles you can tell. Like from this angle you can tell. So this paint a little bit more faded than this here, but man, it's just one of them things where I'm battling myself on if I should keep a factory paint, meaning if I do repaint the car, repaint it the same exact color that it is, or if I should just strip it all down, which I'm gonna have to do that anyway. Strip it all down, paint the whole solid, complete different color. Don't know just yet. That's how I got my 1978 GMC Caballero. This morning, actually, my camera dirty. This morning, I'm actually getting ready to go pick up a riding lawnmower from my homeboy. I bought from him yesterday, and I actually just bought this one Saturday from Home Depot. You can still see the box over here that my dog keep on trying to get a hold of. But I bought this from Home Depot. I let the walk. Rear wheel drive. It cost me about $430, something like that. And it's actually really good lawnmower. I wouldn't have even bought the riding lawnmower if I didn't get it for such a good price. So I'm gonna go get that from him this morning. Actually finna get off of here, call my uncle, and we're gonna try to go run over there and pick that up. Need a little bit of work, but I'll bring y'all along with me on the journey. Let me get my dang on trash can. Bring y'all along with me on the journey on placing that. So I mean, not replacing it, but taking care of the little minor issues on it, which I say is minor, could be major. So it's a nice day outside, feel good outside. My dog chilling. I know y'all remember that. This ain't him. This is a Belgian. The white dog hasn't been the slowest dog I ever had in my life. This is probably the most destructive. Yeah, I just raised your ears up. About the most destructive dog but he's a good dog. He's super smart. And he understands the concept of leave that damn shit alone. But not gonna hold y'all for too much longer. I got some stuff to do before I gotta go to work. I'll catch up with y'all, man, later.